Thanks for clicking on this video. Now let me see if I can read your mind. You've wanted to learn how to play piano. You've heard of chords. You know they are very important, but aren't exactly sure what they are or how they work. You are in the right place. My name is Aaron, and if you follow along with me, you're going to be playing chords in no time. All right? Chords are used in nearly all music. Any instrument that can play more than one note at a time uses chords, and there's no better way to learn how to play a chord than on the piano. So let's take a look. So a chord is a group of notes, usually 3 or more, that are played together. There are several types of chords. The most common are major and minor chords, and that's what we're going to focus on in this video. So let's take a look at some examples. You see, I've got my piano here, and there's a reason why it is so great to learn chords on the piano, because it's all laid out for you here side by side in black and white. All right. Now, if you don't know the notes of the piano keyboard yet, I encourage you to go to my video and watch that and learn what the names of the notes are, because it's going to help you as you begin to learn chords. All right. But we said major and minor chords. Let's look at an example. Okay. So here, first of all, this is a C major chord. It's made up of the notes C, E, and G. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This note combination, C, E, and G, is very important because every C chord that you will ever find is spelled with those same 3 notes. Whether it's major, minor, diminished, whatever it is, it's spelled C, E, G. It's just whether it's a E flat or a G sharp or some other combination. Even C sharp chords are spelled with C, E, and G. It's just C sharp, E sharp, G sharp. So if you learn the 3 notes that make up each group of chords, you can actually memorize every chord. Okay, so C chords are made up of the notes C, E, and G. And one trick, a special little tip, and another reason why it's great to learn chords on the piano is notice that we make this chord by stacking, or by skipping, I should say. You skip a note in between each, and you make a chord, okay? It's called stacking thirds. There's a reason for that, but chords are made up of stacked thirds. So here you go, a major chord, C, E, and G, stacking, skipping those notes, okay? Now, we're going to go up to the next chord here that we would get to, and we're going to skip a note along the way, and we end up with D, F, and A. This is a D minor chord, all right? Now, it's minor. There's a few different reasons why minor chords are minor chords and major chords are major chords. One of the primary ways to tell the difference is the sound. If you hear that one, sounds kind of sad as compared to this one. Sounds kind of bright. Okay, so this minor chord sounds sad. The major chord sounds happy. That's a very elementary way to understand it, but there is a more technical way to know whether a chord is major or minor. Let me show you how you can tell the difference. So here's our major chord. I mentioned that we skipped a note in between each, but I actually tricked you. You didn't just skip one note, okay? You actually skipped 3 notes, okay? And we call these half steps, okay? So between this first note, C, and the second note, E, we actually went up a total of 4 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there were 4 half steps in between those 2. Okay, and then on the top 2, it has 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 4 half steps in the bottom of a major chord and 3 half steps in the top of a major chord. And why that's important is because when you get to the minor, it's the other way around. So at the bottom, we have 3. 1, 2, 3. And at the top, we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Those half steps are really important. They are the technical way of knowing whether a chord is major or minor. Okay? So, major chord C, E, G, minor chord D, F, A. Let's continue to work our way up the white notes. This is an E minor chord, okay? E, G, and B. And I mentioned that all the chords that are spelled in this way give you the 3-note combination. It's like giving you the key to unlock the secret, okay? So every E chord you'll ever encounter is going to be spelled E, G, and B, okay? For example, you want to know how to spell an E minor or an E flat chord, okay? Here's an E flat major chord. This is called E flat. This is G. This is B flat. E, G, B. It's the same letter notes, it's just whether they have flats or sharps on them. So here's E minor again. To make this a major chord, we have to add a half step. So this is going to be E major, E, G sharp, B. Again, E, G, and B, always found in those three notes, always found in an E chord, okay? And as you work your way up, this is an F major chord, F, A, C, G major chord, G, B, D, A minor chord, A, C, and E. We're almost back to the C again. This actually, you'll notice if you add up the half steps, this is 3 half steps at the bottom, 3 half steps at the top. So this is not a major or a minor chord. This is actually what we call a diminished chord, okay? But the letters B, D, and F are what make up every B chord. So a B flat major chord is going to be this, B flat, D, and F, B, D, F, okay? So in the white notes, you end up with a diminished chord as the very last one on the B, okay? B minor would be like this. We got to create the right number of half steps in between the top and the bottom, okay? But again, B, D, F sharp there. And then we're back to our C chord. So did you see that? In a matter of minutes, I just taught you how to make every single chord. There are a total of 12 different, you C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, and so on. There's a total of 12 different notes all the way up between the two. But the basic elements of what make a chord are right there for you, laid out left to right in black and white on the piano keyboard. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please subscribe to my channel so that you get even more information and helpful tips as it comes out. I upload book content regularly. And take a moment, jump over to Amazon right now. I've got a book on Amazon, a piano chord book you can actually use, and it teaches you this kind of stuff. It teaches you how the chords meet together and where they share. There's like families of chords, and you can learn all of those in that book. It's a great resource as you learn how to play the piano. All right? Thank you so much. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.